Check out my website, axgsleepdiagnostics.com, if you would like help optimizing your CPAP, bilevel, or ASV therapy. Hello, Papper people, as well as battery enthusiasts. Look,
I love me some batteries.
so a lot of you guys have problems, or you live in areas where you have blackouts, brownouts, power goes out for whatever reason, doesn't really matter, or you need an uninterruptible power supply for your CPAP, your bilevel device, whatever it is you're using. That power cutting off, it kind of sucks. So let's look at some power options, see what's the best for you. This is by no means some exhaustive search of all the possible power options you have out there, but these are just some of the options that I have tried in the past. And you can see what you think of them and what options you want, what costs are important to you, things of that nature. Let's take a look. This battery here is made by Balder. It is the 330 version, 330 watts. I particularly really like this one. The problem with it is it's really, really big, but it has a lot of uses. You have a typical wall outlet here. You have several USB options. You can use DC to get a lot more energy efficiency out of your CPAP machine. Like it'll really improve it like 25%. So if you don't have an option where you can recharge it, this is probably the way to go, just much larger capacity. They even have a 500 watt version of this, huge. You have cool little devices like the light up here if you're camping. That's something some of the others don't really have. Is it really needed? I don't know, but up to you. This thing costs about roughly 260, 270 bucks. You can recharge it with a solar panel. You can do that with all of them. I don't have any particular solar panel that I think is great, but I can link to some that work with anything in the description box down below. So go ahead and look for that. But super versatile. I mean, you even have this wireless charger, so I can just drop my phone on there and it's starting to charge. So you don't even need a cable to charge your phone. I mean, that's pretty cool. You have this hand case. This thing weighs 8 pounds though. It's a big boy. Gets the job done. You also have this, the brick that's gonna be on the outside of it for recharging. One of the things I like about this is it does have a really high capacity. You can get several nights out of it. It will display how much power is left in a percent. It'll actually show you, hey, like right now, 100%, it's plugged in, 100%. So you kind of know, you can throttle, you can figure out how many nights left you have if you're using CPAP while camping or just in general. All right, on to the next. This is the Tacklife. I believe it is a 300 watt. This is fine. So this is what I'm talking about. It shows you the charge, but it just shows you in the blocks. It doesn't give you like a real number. But you have Type C ports here. I'm sorry, you know what? The Balder had Type C also. We have Type C ports here. We have the DC channels if you want to get, like I said, 25% more out of your CPAP device. Yeah, AC mode. You do have 2 outlets over here, which makes it nice if you have 2 devices that need that type of an outlet. The other one only had 1. USB, you also have 1 USB quick charger. Now there's no light on this if you want to use it for camping, but like you could just plug in like a USB like light and that kind of takes care of that. But of the two, between this and the Balder, they're very similar in capacity. I personally like the Balder better because you do have the wireless charging on top, but you know, maybe you need two AC outlets. Maybe you got 2 CPAPs running. You and the Mrs. or Mr. Okay, next we have this little guy. This is one of the lower capacities. It doesn't last as long. It definitely doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it does have a couple things that makes it nice. You do have, again, 2 plugs over here, and you have like these international plugs, which is odd. But this one actually does have one of those lights for camping. That's cool. You can set it for uninterruptible power supply mode, all the same, but you can see much less bells and whistles on this. So you do have the DC outlets if you want to get, again, 20% more efficiency out of your device. I believe this unit, I want to say it was roughly about 150 bucks, but I don't even see them being sold anymore. The capacity is just much less. I think the batteries have come down in price, but there you have it. Just standard USB outputs here as well. So, a lot less money, a lot less features, a lot less capacity, a lot lighter. Then we have the portable outlet. Now the portable outlet is really good to me. One, if you're just gonna have it bedside, I mean, it looks way more attractive than all the others. It's much lower. You can hide this thing really easy in your room, but it only has 1 outlet here. So you are definitely limited in that regard. It does have the readout as far as how much battery, how much juice you have, but then it has just 1 USB outlet. So really not a ton of options as far as charging, but if you're just looking for something quick and easy and by far the lightest of all of them and the smallest, this is the one to go. All the others have some kind of an external brick And by that I mean the power supply, the big brick that you see with all of them. I'm talking about this kind of guy. It doesn't have one of these externally. So if you're looking to charge this thing, all you have is this, and this is one of those universal cables. Like, you probably have a ton of these just laying around the house. All the others are proprietary, sort of. They're kind of a pain. If you lose it, you're screwed. You're semi screwed. So if you're looking for light for camping or attractive for bedside, this is a very nice option. Probably can't even buy it anymore, but if you can, I would probably just get something else, because ultimately I think you're gonna be disappointed with that. Then you have one of these two. I mean, they both have their pros and cons. I really like the Balder as far as like just other things in life, like not CPAP, because my kids use it on long road trips. Plenty of outlets for them to plug all their garbage into. And I can even at the same time charge my phone on the top so as not to disrupt my little poopsies. You know, this one's nice too. There's nothing really wrong with it. Yeah, it's fine. For some reason, I really do like the digital display that shows me an exact number, even if it's probably not even accurate. I have no idea of knowing this. But this sucker, it lasts for days with CPAP. You have to have the humidifier off on all of these. But just like I said, just lasts for days. And it does have that DC option. Like I said, certainly not an exhaustive view of all the possible options, but it just gives you some ideas. I'll link to as many of these as possible in the description box down below. I will also link to some solar power options. I found several that are compatible with everything, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, does this work with that? And does that work with this? What? Whenever it gets into proprietary, like this solar panel has this name, same name as a battery, they always seem to be really, really expensive. And I am cheap. So check the description box down below. I'll link, like I said, to as many as I can. You can figure out which one works best for you. Hopefully you find what you need. My little CPAP campers and people without power using their CPAP with natural disasters and whatnot. I appreciate you watching. If this helped at all, use my links down below. I earn on all qualified purchases if it is an Amazon affiliate link. And really, I just appreciate you watching. Thanks. Bye. Everyone's too embarrassed to say it. Your mask stinks really bad. Get some Mask Bright at maskbright.com or Amazon. Thank you to all watching, but an extra thick thanks, buddy, to Ray Troutman, Sarvesh Joshi, Stuart Hetherington, and Mona Swearingen. And thank you to my other level Patreon supporters as well as my YouTube members. Check out my website, axgsleepdiagnostics.com, if you would like help optimizing your CPAP, bilevel, or ASV therapy.